for the latest video systems and games, Lionel Kiddie City really speaks your language. Hi, do you have the video system with a game that goes...
My son wants the game that goes...
No, Dad, it goes...
Isn't that what I said?
So whether you want a video game that goes... or one that goes... you'll find the best selection at low discount prices at Lionel Kiddie City.
Lionel Kiddie City, turn it round, upside down.
Hello everybody, and today we're starting this video off in Pennsauken, New Jersey. Is this the video that Charleston Pinball Arcade has been begging me for? Yes! Hey guys, it's Sleeve, and we're starting off today at the Second Half Thrift, formerly Lionel Kiddie City. That's right, folks. We're going to check out not only one, but 3 former Lionel Kiddie City locations in South Jersey. This particular location is located on Route 130 in Pennsauken at the old Airport Circle and directly across the street from the Supremo Food Market that we've previously reviewed on this channel. Well, it's a rainy day, so what do you say we duck inside here and get out of the weather for a while? Is that okay with you? Thought so. These doors probably date back to the Lionel Kiddie City era. And other than slapping on some gray paint, I don't think they've done much to the building. At least as far as I can tell.
Look, it's my 4 favorite days of the year.
It's Lionel Kiddie City's 4-day store-wide sale now through Wednesday. Save big on all your favorite bikes and scooters, board games, dolls, electronic talking dolls, video systems and games, race and train sets, radio control cars, action figures and vehicles, preschool toys and building sets. So hurry in now through Wednesday to Lionel Kiddie City's 4-day store-wide sale.
Time flies when you're saving money. Lionel Kiddie City, turn it round, upside down.
You know, as I look at some of the items here, especially when I saw toys or video games, I often thought to myself, what are the odds that some of these items were sold here originally when this was a Lionel Kiddie City? Probably not that likely, but who knows?
Drugs, a reality of today's society, a danger to today's kids. That's why Channel 5 and Lionel Kiddie City stores are inviting children age 8 to 13 to enter our Say No to Drugs poster contest. Kids, now you have the opportunity to express your feelings. Draw a poster showing us how or why you and your friends should stay away from drugs. And you could win $200 worth of toys, $1,000 for your school, plus a chance for your poster to be seen on TV. Be a winner. Say no to drugs.
At this point, I started looking at housewares and electronics, and then I shifted my gaze towards the shoes. I've actually bought a pair of shoes at this particular thrift store in a previous visit, and actually I wear them out pretty often. On this trip, though, I didn't really find any shoes that were either in my size or in a style that I particularly liked. But that's the fun of thrift stores. Sometimes you find something and, well, sometimes you don't. It's kind of like going to a toy store, I guess.
When you're searching for something for your little girls or boys, and you're finding high prices but not finding toys, and you're sad and you're blue and you're tired of running round, let Lionel Kiddie City turn that round upside down, upside down. That's a lesson upside down. It's true. Lionel Kiddie City makes it easy for you. Their prices and selection are among the best around. Let Lionel Kiddie City turn that round, upside down.
I should mention that while I was in the process of doing research for this particular video, I did find a few Lionel Kiddie City newspaper ads for the Philadelphia area. And I did notice that those before the 1982 bankruptcy list this location and a couple others that we're going to be visiting. And only one of those survives the 1982 bankruptcy. Also, at this point, I've been driving for quite a while, so it was time for me to use the boys' room. Perhaps, as I walk down that little hallway that says restrooms, I might see more of the former Kiddie City. Well, I'll let you be the judge. Was that some kind of break room for Lionel Kiddie City employees? I don't know. And after the pause refreshes, I make my way back. And I don't know what those painted lines on the floor were for. They probably date back to the Lionel Kiddie City era. You be the judge. Even though I have purchased many things at this particular thrift store, this was one day in which I found nothing that tickled my fancy, and so I just meandered on back to the front of the store. Again, taking a look at what I could see. Perhaps maybe you might notice a remnant of Lionel Kiddie City that I've overlooked. And if that be the case, comment below to let me know. I always appreciate learning more about these places that I get to visit. I'm pretty sure, though, that these clothing racks are probably from other clothing stores or department stores that have since gone under and probably don't belong to, or never belonged to Lionel Kiddie City. However, once we pass the check stands here and face the exits, I'm sure we'll see something that brings back memories to Lionel Kiddie City regulars out there. Over where the exit is, it looks like there was some kind of office directly above it with windows to possibly observe and make sure there's no shoplifting going on. And of course, these doors look pretty old. They probably are Lionel Kiddie City remnants. But that'll be it for this location. And what are we going to find at the next one? I'll leave that to your imagination.
Today, archaeology, the science that uncovers things of great value. This is your local newspaper. If you dig deep into it this week, you'll find the Lionel Kiddie City sales circular. Aha, here we are. Upon examination, you'll find amazing toys. And the most remarkable fact is that they're on sale now. So if you're looking for low prices on toys, look no further than the Lionel Kiddie City sales circular. For knockout prices and, of course, layaway, it's Lionel Kiddie City. Remember that. It's important.
Our next stop takes us to Magnolia, New Jersey, to AAA Hobbies. You look over to the left, the original front entrance to when this was Lionel Kiddie City. And by the way, that sign was actually a little bit taller, with one pole a little bit longer than the other, or higher, to make room for a certain kangaroo mascot. But what's also interesting is that long before this was a Lionel Kiddie City, this was actually a car dealership. And we're entering through the front of the car showroom, which would not have been accessible when this was Lionel Kiddie City. Now, this store was one of the stores closed during the 1982 bankruptcy, and in 1983 became a hobby shop. And when the hobby shop took over, they put up a drop ceiling. The original ceiling here was much higher, and in fact, there used to be bicycles hanging from the ceiling when this was Lionel Kiddie City. It's interesting to note that even though it's no longer a Lionel Kiddie City, they do sell toy trains, which of course Lionel is a toy train manufacturer. And they sell a lot of models and toys, such as the Melissa and Doug collection, as you might have noticed when we walked in. But I thought I'd stop by and take a look at the kind of toys that I like. Car models. I admit I'm a car guy. And actually I bought a couple of car models for my nephews for Christmas the last time I was here. And so I'm looking, I did see the Speed Racer Mach 5, which was kind of interesting to me because that was my favorite cartoon as a kid. And I looked at some other JDM or Japanese domestic market vehicles. I did look at the Ford Raptor. I always like big, powerful trucks. But I instead settled on that R34 and R32 Skyline GTRs. Those who know Japanese domestic market cars will tell you what they are, but the short answer is that the Skyline GTR that we weren't allowed to get in America, but thanks to the 25-year rule is now appearing on our shores, is called Godzilla in its native Japan because it's a pretty powerful supercar. And then I had to take a look at the Knight Industries 2000 and the DeLorean from Back to the Future and the George Barris designed a la carte. It was a custom pickup truck from the 1950s he designed. By the way, they try to say that George Barris was the originator of the Batmobile. No, he took a former Lincoln concept car called the Futura and painted it black. Okay, that's what the 60s Batmobile was. It was the Ford's Lincoln Futura show car from 1957. He bought it, he painted it black, put a bat symbol and a bunch of toys on it. How does he get such wonderful toys? Yeah. But anyway, rant over there. I had to take a look at car models, of course, and then the engine models. And a little something I've never told anyone, but I used to get the Sears and Roebuck wish book, and I always wanted, there was this one model I wanted. It was a model of a working 2.3-liter Ford turbocharged engine. That was really neat to me because that was in the Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe at the time, and the Ford Mustang SVO, and the Merkur XR4 Ti, and I thought they were cool cars back then. And I always wanted that little model of a turbocharged four-cylinder just because it would just look cool. I always liked car stuff. And now I'm drooling over the much larger scale model of a third-gen Trans Am. Looks like a 79 to an 81. I've always liked those cars. My uncle had an 80 Firebird and had an aunt within the same side of the family that had a mid-70s Trans Am. Did not like it when she traded that in on a new 1985 Maxima, even though that thing was a talking car. You remember the talking Maximas? Fuel level is low, door is ajar. Even Chrysler had a talking car back then, but theirs sounded like an old Texas Instruments speak and spell, if you remember those things. Now, that room I was just in was actually added on many years after the fact. There was a gas station next door to the old Lionel Kiddie City that apparently the hobby shop, they bought the property sometime in the 90s and tore it down to make way for more models and whatnot. In fact, actually, they have a mail-order business out the back here. So they're doing good business, and they've been around again for over 4 decades, and that's good to see that this former Lionel Kiddie City location is getting used for, I believe, the wonderment and enjoyment of children, young and old, still to this day. More cars. Again, I'm a car guy, so I have to check out the cars. It's just what I do. But now it's time for me to ring up my purchases and get on out of here. And I'm going to make my way to the one spot that survived the 1982 bankruptcy. Is this one that Charleston Pinball Arcade knows very well? Yes! So I'm going to hurry up the checkout line a little bit for us, and then we should be on our merry way. On to our last stop on this Lionel Kiddie City nostalgia tour. So stay tuned after the break.
Come on, everybody, it's the best sale around. At Lionel Kiddie City, turn that frown upside down.
With the biggest Fisher-Price toy sale of the year. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. Huge savings on dozens of your favorite Fisher-Price toys, plus big Fisher-Price rebates. Check for the Super Circular in your Thanksgiving Day paper. Then hurry in for gigantic savings at Lionel Kiddie City's great Fisher-Price toy sale.
Let Lionel Kiddie City turn that frown upside down.
And finally, we're in Burlington. Yes, the one that Charleston Pinball's been dying to see here on Route 130. And when I went back in October, this is back when I used to have Fridays off from a job I had back then, there was a guy selling fall and Halloween-themed items and pumpkins, and he did confirm that, yes, this was originally Lionel Kiddie City in Burlington, as he is from the area. Now, today, the building is subdivided half and half. One half is a now vacant former Save-A-Lot grocery store, and the other half is a still active liquor store that I did not peek into because, as you folks know, I do not partake. But it does look like at one time before this was a Lionel Kiddie City, this was some sort of supermarket. In fact, I remember first time I ever saw this was years back, and I used to wonder if this was an Acme or a Pathmark just because of the way it looks from the street. But it probably wasn't anything like that. And now we're going to look through these very dirty windows. We see the check stands, we see the floor tile pattern and the red painted walls, and we can tell beyond a shadow of a doubt that this definitely used to be a Save-A-Lot. And someone could probably walk in there, truck in some bargain basement foodstuffs, and probably have their own little store if they wanted to. But at any rate, I did not see any signs of its past life here as a Lionel Kiddie City, and I'm sure that Save-A-Lot did their best to kind of remodel their section of the store as to look uniformly like any other Save-A-Lot that you've been to. Hence the red stripe there, which at first I thought was from Pathmark because they had a red and blue stripe motif on their stores back in the day. Incidentally, there is one Pathmark left in America, and I would like to go and check it out someday. Don't know when I'm going to, but I have a friend of mine who lives in the area, and he says I should, so what do you think? And let's take a look at the old Lionel Kiddie City. This is a picture that Charleston Pinball Arcade gave me, comparing it to what it looks like now. And the paint may have changed, but the overall structure is much like the original picture, minus the Lionel Kiddie City signage. And I think the only real changes that have been made were the additions of windows for the storefront where the liquor store is now. But other than that, it pretty much is the same as it was structurally. And I did not walk in there because, well, one, I don't partake. However, the good news is that this building is still standing. It's in relatively good shape for its age, and it's still usable. So maybe someone will get an idea to reopen the former Save-A-Lot space here in the building and maybe operate a toy store of sorts. What do you think? Comment below if you have any ideas. But now I'm going to take a walk around the back of the building and see if I can find any more clues as to its Lionel Kiddie City past. So far, the little cart corral or the cart stoppers there on the sides of the building make me think that this was a supermarket. And I did see the wires and whatnot for the former payphone, which of course is no more. That's another thing. I have yet to find a working payphone in my explorations. You know what? What should I do if I ever find a working payphone while I'm doing a video? Well, as we make our way around the back, we see a sign for the liquor store and possibly those garage bays, which were probably used for Save Lot, might still get used for the liquor store for their storage. I don't know. And other than one doorway around the back here, we're going to see everything else been bricked up and painted over. So there's nothing really to see back here anymore. But that ought to do it for us here at the third and final Lionel Kiddie City in our little history tour. As always, folks, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, tell a friend. And have a great day out there. I'll see you on the next video.